Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about the muscles of the upper limb. So first, let us take a look on the muscles in and around the shoulder joint. So the first muscle we are going to look into is the deltoid muscle. Muscle in general consists of three parts. One is the clavicular part. This is the clavicular part of the deltoid. The next is the acromial part. See, this is the acromial part of the deltoid. The next is the spinal part. That is, it takes origin from the root of spine of scapula. So you can see the clavicular part of the deltoid. It takes origin from the lateral 1/3 of the clavicle, and the acromial part of the deltoid muscle, I'm showing the superior view. So it takes origin from the acromion process of the scapula, and the spinal part, it takes origin from the spine of scapula. So for better understanding, I am removing the muscle now. So you can see, so the clavicular part takes origin from the lateral 1/3 of the clavicle. Then the acromial part takes origin from the acromion process of the scapula, and the spinal part, it takes origin from the spine of scapula. So we saw the origin of the deltoid muscle. Now we should know about the insertion of the deltoid muscle. See, the deltoid muscle gets inserted into the deltoid tuberosity of the humerus. I'll show you where is the deltoid tuberosity. So you can see this is the humerus. So this is the deltoid tuberosity. You can see somewhat a roughest place. So in this picture, you can clearly see the insertion of the deltoid muscle. So it is inserted into the deltoid tuberosity of the humerus by means of 3 intermuscular septum. So you can see the septum. So we saw about the insertion of the deltoid muscle. The next thing we have to look into is the nerve supply. So it is supplied by the axillary nerve. The root value of the axillary nerve is C5 and C6. So it arises from the posterior cord of the brachial plexus. You can see here, this is the posterior cord of the brachial plexus, and so this is the axillary nerve. It arises from the posterior cord of the brachial plexus, and you can see it supplies the deltoid muscle. So where I am pointing out, please do notice that. So the deltoid muscle is supplied by the axillary nerve rising from the posterior cord of the brachial plexus. So now we are going to take a look into what are all these structures that are under the cover of the deltoid muscle. For that, I am going to remove all the structures above the deltoid muscle. So I almost removed every structures which are above the deltoid muscle. Now I am going to remove the deltoid muscle to look into what are all the structures which are under the cover of deltoid muscle. So you can now see the structures under the cover of deltoid muscle. First of all, I would like to mention about the bursae. So the subdeltoid bursa lies under the cover of deltoid muscle. Of course, the subacromial bursa also. And then under the tendon of subscapularis muscle, you can just notice the bursae here. I'll click that. So this is the subtendinosus bursa of subscapularis muscle. So it is also under the cover of a deltoid muscle. So I'm going to remove that also. So they were all the bursae which were under the cover of a deltoid muscle. Now coming to the joints and the ligaments under the cover of deltoid muscle. So first of all, the joint under the cover of deltoid muscle is the shoulder joint. Then the musculotendinous cuff, which is also called as rotator cuff, also lies under the cover of the deltoid. So the musculotendinous cuff or the rotator cuff is made up of four components. Those are the tendons of four muscles, namely the tendon of teres minor muscle. You can see here the tendon of teres minor muscle, and the tendon of infraspinatus muscle, and the tendon of supraspinatus muscle, and then the tendon of subscapularis muscle. So these four together form the rotator cuff or the musculotendinous cuff. They also provide stability to the shoulder joint. So now I am going to remove the components of the musculotendinous cuff or rotator cuff. So the next thing is the ligament that lies under the cover of a deltoid muscle is the coracoacromial ligament. See this coracoacromial ligament, it extends from the acromion process to that of the coracoid ligament of the coracoid process of the scapula. So the coracoacromial ligament is also under the cover of deltoid muscle. I'm going to remove that also. So the next thing under the cover of the deltoid we are going to take a look into is the nerve. So already I said the deltoid muscle is supplied by the axillary nerve. I'm tracing that, you can see here. So this is the axillary nerve. So it is also under the cover of the deltoid muscle. Since the deltoid muscle takes origin from the lower lip of crest of spine of scapula, so it takes origin from here, right? So the axillary nerve also lies under the cover of deltoid muscle. So I'm removing the axillary nerve also. Then coming to the vessels. So what are all the vessels that lies under the cover of deltoid muscle? So you can see here the anterior circumflex humeral artery, and this is the anterior circumflex humeral vein. So both lie under the deltoid muscle. Then of course the posterior circumflex humeral artery and the vein also lies under the cover of deltoid. You can see here the posterior circumflex humeral artery. This is the posterior circumflex humeral artery. So it takes origin from the axillary artery. The anterior circumflex humeral artery also takes origin from the axillary artery, you can see. This is the axillary artery. So I am removing both the posterior circumflex humeral vessels and the anterior circumflex humeral vessels. So the next thing we are going to take a look into is the muscles which are under the cover of deltoid. So the short head of biceps and also the coracobrachialis both take origin from the coracoid process, right? So this is the short head of biceps brachii and this is the coracobrachialis muscle. So the origin of both the muscles, that is the short head of biceps brachii and also the coracobrachialis, lies under the cover of deltoid. So now I am going to remove both the muscles. So here the biceps brachii is shown together, that is the long head and the short head are shown together. So you can see short head takes origin from the coracoid process, and also the coracobrachialis muscle also takes origin from the coracoid process. So both lie under the cover of deltoid. So let me explain the long head of biceps brachii also, so that I can remove both the long head and the short head of the biceps brachii. So you can see here, this is the tendon of the biceps brachii, which is passing through the intertubercular sulcus or the bicipital groove. This is the transverse ligament of the humerus. I am removing that. So this is the synovial sheath, that is the intertubercular sheath that is covering the tendon of the biceps brachii. I am also removing that. And this is the glenohumeral ligament, coracohumeral ligament. So you can see the tendon of the biceps brachii, that is the long head of the biceps brachii. So actually it takes origin from the supraglenoid tubercle. So you can see there, it is taking origin from the supraglenoid tubercle. So this is the tendon of long head of biceps brachii, that is the origin of long head of biceps brachii from the supraglenoid tubercle of the glenoid cavity. So this origin lies within the capsule, that is lies within the joint capsule, and hence the origin of long head of biceps brachii is called intracapsular. So both the short head and the long head origin of biceps brachii lies under the cover of deltoid muscle. So I am now going to remove both the muscles, that is the long head and short head. So the next muscle is the triceps brachii. You can see the lateral head of triceps brachii, and this is the long head of triceps brachii. So the long head takes origin from the inferior glenoid tubercle, that is the infraglenoid tubercle. So you can see here, this is the long head of triceps brachii. It takes origin from the infraglenoid tubercle, and the lateral head takes origin from the posterior surface, upper posterior surface of the humerus. You can see here, this is the lateral head of the triceps brachii, and this is the long head of the triceps brachii. Both are under the origin of long head of triceps brachii, and the lateral head of triceps brachii lies under the cover of deltoid muscle. So I am going to remove those two. So the next muscle is the teres major muscle. So you can see teres major muscle takes origin from the inferior angle and also from the lateral border of the dorsal surface of the scapula. It takes origin from the lateral border on the dorsal surface of the scapula and also from the inferior angle, right? So it gets attached to the medial lip of the bicipital groove on the humerus. You can see here, this is the medial lip of bicipital groove. So the teres major muscle gets attached to that. So the insertion of the teres major muscle is also under the cover of the deltoid. I am going to remove that also. Then the tendons of the rotator cuff, all those things lies under the cover of deltoid. For that I am going to show all the structures now. So you can see this is the deltoid muscle. I am removing that. So here you can see the tendon of teres minor muscle. This is the tendon of infraspinatus, and this is the tendon of supraspinatus, and here is the tendon of subscapularis muscle. So all these tendons lies under the cover of deltoid muscle, right? So the tendons of the rotator cuff, they lie under the cover of deltoid muscle. So 3 more muscles are not given in this. So they are the latissimus dorsi, which gets inserted into the intertubercular sulcus. So it will be in an upside fashion, gets inserted into the bicipital groove. So the insertion of latissimus dorsi is also under the cover of deltoid muscle. So another important muscle which is also inserted into the bicipital groove, and it is also under the cover of deltoid muscle. It is inserted into the bicipital groove in a bilaminar fashion, bilaminar tendon. It is inserted by a bilaminar tendon into the bicipital groove. Hope you would have guessed that. So that muscle is called the pectoralis major muscle, and it gets inserted into the bicipital groove by means of bilaminar tendon. So the insertion of the pectoralis major muscle is also under the cover of deltoid muscle. So the last muscle which is under the cover of the deltoid muscle is the pectoralis minor, which gets inserted into the coracoid process, right? So that's all about the deltoid muscle. Hope you have enjoyed the video. Do subscribe and stay in touch.